Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my Revolver live stream listening party again. How are you all doing, folks? Good evening. Thank you for joining me. So this is a weird one for me. I'm doing exactly the same as what I did last week. And as I explained at the time, it was because a lot of people didn't have their Revolver box sets at this time last week. So I said, okay, I'm still going to do the listening party last week, but I promise you, I'll do it again in a week's time. So here we are, slightly earlier than I normally do my listening party. So I hope that's not caught anybody out. So basically just because I need to be up really early in the morning. But if this is your first time joining a listening party, welcome. Well, welcome anybody, basically. But let me just explain what's about to happen for those that haven't done this before, because I know a couple of you have already said that you've not done a listening party before. I'm not going to be playing you the Revolver album. That's not how this is going to work, because this video would get taken down. As it says here, please have your own copy of the new remix ready, whether that's vinyl, CD, streaming, whatever. And when we're ready in a few minutes, I'll give you a countdown. And when I say go, you start. I will have a little counter up at the top weight so you can see where I'm at if you want to try and keep in sync. That didn't work last week. I think I've fixed that now. Should hopefully work. So we're going to do the new Giles Martin 2022 remix of Revolver. We can just chat about it as we go through. I'm going to do polls on each song. I'll do a poll where I'll say, what do you think of this remix? Is it a hit or a miss? And we'll see. We've got some very interesting results last week. I'm not expecting them to be massively different this week, but we will see. You never know. It might be a different group of people. Anything different could happen. What I'm also planning to do after we've done the after we've done the remix, is disc one of the sessions. So of the two sessions discs, disc one, unfortunately I haven't got time tonight to do the whole thing. Otherwise I would have done. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work for those of you who are working from a 2 CD set though, because the disc of sessions you've got isn't going to match the disc of sessions from the bigger boxes. So you might want to, if you've got the opportunity at that point to switch over to streaming, if that's better for you, then please do that. But hello everybody. There's lots of hellos coming through. So hello to everybody who's joined. Some of you are saying you've got your CDs ready, you've got your vinyl ready. Excellent. So I think we'll get started very soon. Hi French blah blah. Is that a new light setup? It looks really nice. Well, I'm glad you've said that, because yes, it's something that arrived in the post today and I haven't really had a chance to figure out how it works, to be honest. I've just kind of switched it on and just hope for the best. And I think it was literally at kind of 2 minutes before the hour I was still playing around with settings. I'll improve it. I'll get better as I learn over time with it. Hi Anthony, how are you doing so far? Where does it rank with the other box sets? I think I might do a video on this actually, sort of ranking them. But I think at the moment it certainly ranks for me above Abbey Road. That's the one that's never really grabbed me as much as the others. I think it's pushing for a top 2 place. I would say I'm not exactly sure where I'd rank it at the moment, but definitely pushing for a top 2. So how many people have we got with us at the moment? We've got 44 people with us at the moment. That's excellent. Thank you everybody. Hi John, are we going to play Paperback Writer and Rain in Mono? I don't think so tonight. We did that last week. I'm planning to do the main remix and then the sessions disc 1 is the plan. Hi Declan, you're back from your trip to Madrid. That was for the football, wasn't it? I didn't see the result of how that went, to be honest. Hi Miguel, what was up with my tweet about McCartney announcing stuff? I've deleted it since. Yeah, it was there for people who were quick on the ball. Something's happening. I don't know what it is yet, but something's happening. Hopefully this week. I will do my best to bring the news to you as soon as possible, as soon as there is news. Unfortunately, tomorrow morning I'm going away for 2 days with work, and I really hope it doesn't, whatever it is, I hope doesn't get announced then, because I might struggle. That will be really annoying for me, but we will see what happens. So anyway, folks, I want to get this started pretty quickly. So I'm going to be wearing headphones so I can hear it, because like I say, I'm not going to broadcast it. So make sure you've got yours ready. at the ready, you will be able to see up in the corner. You'll see there's an annoying little play sign in the way, but I'm on Taxman, I'm on 0. This should work better than it did last week now, so you can see where you're at if you want to keep in sync with me. But headphones going in. This is the point where I have to try and remember not to start talking really loudly because I've got headphones in. I'll try and keep my volume down. Hi Bonzo, with the 2022 mono, do I prefer the CD or the vinyl for sound quality? So far, I'm preferring the vinyl when you've got the ability to crank it loud. What I'm finding with this set is that for CD, actually probably works better at the lower volumes. We'll see. So anyway, right, are we ready? Have you all got your streaming, your vinyl, your CD at the ready to go? Because we're going to go in 10 seconds with Taxman. So I'm going to give you a countdown so you can hit play at the same time as I do. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So let us know what you are all thinking about the Taxman remix at the moment. Let's see what you all think. I'm going to get you a poll for whether you are liking this remix or not. If you bear with me one moment. Okay, you've got a poll through. Let us know what you think about this. Need to listen to it a few more times. Yep. Rubber Soul next. Definitely, hopefully. Cowbell. It's a great stereo balance on this mix. I'm really enjoying that. That would be nice, definitely. Taxman's got 100% so far hit. That's a great hit rate. Okay, I fixed that up there. That stopped. I said it would work. It should be working again now. John's liking it. Yeah, drums sound really good on this. You think the remix is great, much clearer? Yeah, it was a hard listen. Should be now. Hopefully should be now. Gear. Okay, I'm going to end the poll there. Interesting. 95% of you have voted Taxman Remix a hit. That's about on a par with last week. Definitely more balanced, Anthony. Okay, Eleanor Rigby. This is a stunning one. I'm going to get you a poll for this. Okay, your poll should be through now. Let us know what you think about this. Those strings. Brilliant. I did. I'm doing it again. There was people who didn't have the box sets last week. We're doing it for them and anybody else who wants to do it again. That seems to be an issue. Wide. It's a good question. What does everybody think? It doesn't harm, certainly, for younger viewers, listeners. Yeah, brilliant. We've got 93% hit at the moment for this. I don't think those strings have ever sounded better than they do here. Brilliant. Amazing, amazing, absolutely amazing. 94% there have voted that hit for Eleanor Rigby, which is great. Great news for Giles. Let's get you an I'm Only Sleeping poll. Your poll is through. Let's see what you say about this one. I think for listening with these, it's the best version there's been by far. Yeah. But did we know? Did we know it was dreadful until we heard this? Interesting, a much lower percentage so far for I'm Only Sleeping. It's on 70% hit at the moment. I have, Claire. It's very, very enjoyable. Reminds me a bit of the Free as a Bird video. There's something not right with the bass on this. I certainly agree with that. Not a fan of the yawn. Never heard John yawn before. This is really intriguing me because I've always heard the yawn. There's so many people saying they've never heard it before. Possibly. Could be. Hey Tyrone, you okay? Yawn. There's the yawn. Boulder's brass. I wasn't yawning at your comment, George. Yeah. Yeah, maybe so. This is scoring a lot lower on the poll than the other two songs so far. I can't help you there. I can't help you. I can't help you there. Is my timer working? Yeah, seems to be. That's good. Yeah. Okay, that's a much lower result for I'm Only Sleeping at 77%. Much lower. Interesting. Okay, so that's certainly losing so far. I'll get you a Love You Too poll. One moment. Okay, polls through. Let us know what you think about this remix of Love You Too. I really like this remix. I think it's got a lot of punch. Don't know. Is that this song you mean, Anthony? Love You Too? This is scoring low as well, much lower than last week. Oh, you're a tough crowd compared to last week. It was scoring much higher then. Yeah, sounds great. I really like this. Yeah, there might be some frequencies lost there. Hello, Mike. Welcome. Hello to Liverpool as well. Just want to groove to this. Didn't take him long, did it? It took him about a year to get to this level. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is doing better in the poll now. It's up to 81%. So it's getting there. It's doing okay. 81%, that's good. Not quite as high as the first couple of songs. But that's good. We will end that poll there. Okay. We should be getting you a poll for Here, There and Everywhere soon. Get you that shortly. Okay, your poll's through. Tell me what you think of Here, There and Everywhere remix. It's all very spacious, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Very underrated still. Hard to imagine any of the Beatles been underrated, but it probably is. Oh, disaster. Oh no, that's bad news. Might have just been too early for the charts last time. Lock 8 is a fan. Yep. Good question. And Your Bird Can Sing, maybe, or Taxman? Don't know. What do we think? Am I Paul Guy? Paul, I strongly suspect. Yeah. Overall, yeah. Yeah. He sometimes says it's his favourite song of his own, doesn't he? Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're up to over 90%. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, that's 92% for Here, There and Everywhere. Impressive. Let's get you a bit of Yellow Submarine on a poll. Okay, poll's through. Let me know what you think of the Yellow Submarine remix. Yeah, beautiful. Good question. If any of the people voting Miss can tell us, are you consistently voting Miss? That would be interesting to know. Possibly, yeah. I thought that was a good decision. I'm glad they did that. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Rain wouldn't have gone amiss, would it, on the album if it had been there? We are living it's up to 86% though. It's doing well. Ricardo, this is your only miss. Comparing it to other versions. Fair enough. I like how Life of Ease comes straight in as well. It's been completely transformed, hasn't it? What this song is. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Good. Yeah. I love some Yellow Sub merch. Yeah. Perfect for Ringo. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Looks like Yellow Submarine has hit 90% for hit, which is great. We are going to pause at the end of She Said, She Said for the people who are on vinyl and flipping. So we're going to pause at the end of She Said, She Said. Okay? Let me get you a poll for this. Very interested to see the results of this poll. This is the most contentious song on the album. Let's see what this gets. I think the guitars are a bit exposed here, and I think there was some, I don't want to say mistakes, but there's some things not perfect on the guitars, and this really exposes it. I think you can hear the keyboard, really high keyboard. Ringo is on fire on this song. Brilliant. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Are you all hearing that high keyboard? Is that coming through to you? I think he told him to be more adventurous, certainly. Okay, we're nearly hitting 70% here. It's kind of on a par with I'm Only Sleeping. Remember, we are going to pause at the end of She Said, She Said, so that the vinyl people can flip. So get ready to hit pause. I'm getting ready to hit pause. Okay, I've paused. That's the end of side A. She Said is, I'm kind of tuning into it a bit more now. It was, at first it was just, whoa, this is really weird, but I'm kind of getting used to it now. that doesn't mean that I think it's been improved by this remix, because I don't. And I don't know who heard me there. I hope you've all paused, by the way, at the end of She Said, as I said, to allow vinyl people to be able to flip. I was saying that I think that those guitars that are through, they sound a lot more exposed to me. And if sometimes when you're just picking like that, you maybe don't always hit. I'm not saying they're hitting wrong notes, but maybe the way that the notes were picked sometimes doesn't come through as well here because it's more exposed. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that right, but there's something not right on the guitars there. I think anyway. So let's just catch up with the last few comments before we start on side B. We're going to start on side B very soon. Sounds better than the original, says William. Are you talking specifically about She Said, or do you mean overall, the whole album? Alan wishes the song was longer. Hey, Red Telephone Box, new subscriber. Welcome, my friend. I always think of She Said, and Your Bird Can Sing as Dr. Roberts as a triplet of sonically similar sounding John songs. I see what you're saying there. Yeah, and the ones that very much, were like the 90s revival when people were citing the Beatles as influences. They're the kind of songs that people might have been thinking of, I think anyway. Couple of comments about the cymbal crashes being muted. So yeah, that's certainly the crash at the start of the song. It doesn't come in anywhere near before. Anyway, let's get ready for side B, starting with Good Day Sunshine, of course. So hopefully you're ready. I'm going to give you a 10-second countdown and we will start on Good Day Sunshine. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good Day Sunshine. And I will get you a poll for this. Good Day Sunshine. Let me just get you a poll. Okay, your poll should be through now. Let's see what we think of this one. I think there's a lot of separation here, but I think it really suits the song. I think that's quite possible, very possible. Sometime this week, I believe. The guitars could have been brought forward. Yeah, that seems to be something that a lot of people feel. We've got 85% so far for Good Day Sunshine. How confident is Paul? I think he was really pushing John now. Those claps are loud. I think definitely louder than they've been before. I'd like to have seen maybe Got to Get You Into My Life be a big smash hit. That would be nice. Okay, folks, you have voted that 90% of you as a hit. So a real good result there for Good Day Sunshine, or Good Day Sunshine. Let's get you a poll for And Your Bird Can Sing. See what you think of this one. Okay, polls through. Let us know what you think of And Your Bird Can Sing remix. Personally, this is the best version of the song I've ever heard. I think it's superb. Very good. I like that. I've never thought of that before. Definitely it was. Yep. Yeah. You can hear. Brilliant. I agree. When these harmonies come in a second, tell me that you've heard every sound. That's just incredible. I love that. Hey, Jared, how are you doing? Wow, some great comments for this one. Looks like you were loving it. And I am really, really happy to see this poll result. I'm going to end that poll. 97% of you voted that hit, which is fantastic. Really happy to see that. Okay, let's get you a poll for no one now. Okay, polls through. Oh, and your bird can sing. Awesome. As is this. Paul is flying by now with this song. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, you're all loving it. Brilliant. Does anybody think this new remix is rubbish? Tell us if that's the case. Yeah. You reckon? Yeah, fantastic. No. Is he's becoming a genius by this point, I think. Yeah. Um yeah, the poll's up, yeah. 95% of voting you a hit so far. I think it's one of the superb remixes on there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That would be nice, but I doubt it. I think he'd be happy with the comments if he was. Let's end that poll. 95% of you voted that a hit. That's great. Okay, Dr. Robert, I'm going to get you a poll for this now. I love the punch of the guitars on this remix of Dr. Robert. But let's see what you think. Your poll is up. Yeah. Oh, he's on top of the world at this point. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, nobody's come on to say that they hate this remix yet. Oh. I'm not sure on that one, Jared. If anybody knows, let us know. Yeah. You can imagine somebody these days writing a hit song like this, could you? Wow, we're on 97% again hit for this. Yeah, and Paul soars in. Brilliant. I think, yeah, agree. Ah, yeah, I think I do as well, William. Brilliant. Yeah, I think it probably does. Fantastic. Okay, oh, it slipped a little bit in the poll down to 94. Only 94%. Still a great result there for Dr. Robert. Okay, we've got I Want to Tell You now. Let's get you a poll for that. Let's see what you think. Your poll is through for I Want to Tell You. I want you to tell me what you think of I Want to Tell You. I believe that to be the case, Martin. Don't know why, John. It's there. It's people are voting on it, so it's definitely there for others. I think they have switched some things around on here. I seem to remember when I did a comparison. Poor George. Still a great song, though. Yeah. I think, I mean, it's by far George's best album to date. Yeah. Gives me Old Brown Shoe vibes now. It's not going to beat Taylor, is it? Number 4 in America, I think it was. I'm not sure what it was in the UK. It's a hit. But only with 83% of you so far. So lower than many of the songs. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really a mum kind of note, is it, that one? Number 4 on Billboard. It's a good showing. Unfortunately, I don't know whether that's the real Joe or whether it's the person who's impersonating Joe. I don't know. 83% anyway have voted that hit. Let Me Get You On For Got to Get You Into My Life. Give me a moment. Hit or Moss. Anyway, your poll is through now. Let's get your thoughts on this one. I think this is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Made a mess of the spelling there, didn't I? It could well be. It's definitely up there, yeah. I get more Sergeant Pepper vibes from this album now than I ever did before. Interesting. I'll try and remember that tomorrow when I'm on a train up to Scotland. I'll have a listen. I'll stick some Monkeys on and try and see if I can hear that. It's good showing. Real good showing. Yeah, powerful. Just goddamn brilliant, McCartney. Yeah. Yeah, the brass sounds great on this version. Yeah. The full sound of excellence. It's just such a short album, isn't it? We're just hitting 90% on the poll, so a little bit lower than some of the songs. Interesting. So I'm going to end that poll at 90%. We've only got one more song left. Don't forget, I'm going to do the Sessions album afterwards if you want to stay for that. 90% for that. Okay, the big finale. Let's see what you think to this. Let us see what you think to this. What a song. I should put some disco lights on for this, shouldn't I? I'll put some disco lights on. I might regret it because I might not be able to get it back to normal. No, I'm not. I haven't figured out how to use disco lights yet. If I had, I'd do that. Brilliant. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It's just absolutely groundbreaking, isn't it? It's phenomenal. I love that those seagulls are actually Paul McCartney laughing, speeded up. Brilliant. Yeah. It's not doing well on the poll, though, compared to others. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I do. I love it. Brilliant. We'll talk about that at the end. It's a shame. Oh, into the last few seconds. Wow. Well, it's finished at my end. It has finished at my end. Just going to pause that for the sessions that will come on to soon. Has it finished at your end? Am I safe to talk? Not that that's stopped me over the last half hour. Such a short album, isn't it? But absolutely stunning. Right, okay, I want to clear up a couple of things here that have been talked about over the last few minutes, especially on Tomorrow Never Knows. So those seagull sounds, again, I don't think I ever really knew this until now, until all this has come out. But it seems to make it clear that that was a tape loop of Paul McCartney laughing that was sped up and then sounds like seagulls, which I thought was great. Somebody asked whether Paul had any hand in this song. I'm sure he was fully involved, but I mean, in terms of the tape loops, I mean, I think John really kind of learnt that from Paul. So Paul certainly had a massive influence on it from that point of view, definitely. Imagine them playing this live, but I mean, I bet there's Beatles tribute bands now who probably do play it live, because it's a lot easier now. You can sample machines or whatever, or you can already have it pre-programmed. It would be a lot easier to do it now, and I bet there's some really good live versions of it gets done. What was that I just missed? Tyrone, that was your favourite of all. Martin, you prefer all music on headphones. I certainly think that as far as Revolver goes, that the headphones, this is the best version, without a doubt now. Don't forget, folks, if you want to stick around for the Sessions album 1, we're going to kick that off in the next few minutes, which I realise could be difficult for those people who have the 2 CD version because it's not going to match up. Unfortunately, not a lot I can do about that. If you have got the 2 CD version, if you're able to switch to streaming and download the sessions. So it's going to be, anyway, just as a reminder, it starts with Tomorrow Never Knows Take 1. We've got 14 songs. It ends with the second run through of And Your Bird Can Sing. It's the giggling version is where we end, coming up very shortly if you want to stick around for that. So did I end that poll? I was surprised at the result of the poll for Tomorrow Never Knows. 81% voted that a hit, which is, it beats some of the songs, but it's quite low compared to many of them. So I was surprised by that. If anybody's, so more of you are voting miss on Tomorrow Never Knows, I would be keen to understand your reasoning. I know some people mentioned the panning or whatever that you didn't like. When do I think we'll get Rubber Soul? Well, all I can assume is that maybe next, in about a year from now, next October, November time. It came out towards the back end of the year, didn't it? So it'd be interesting to see whether or not that it comes out at a similar time of year again. Yeah, it did. Apart from right at the start when I messed up, but I've figured out now, and I've written myself some instructions on how to make sure that works, so that we can keep the timer going. I spent a lot of time trying to figure that one out. Anyway, I'm gonna nip towards the end of the comments because I've missed a lot, but I want to go towards the end here. So anyway. George says, so can you assess on tonight's results the favourite track? I think the song that got the highest poll result, I believe, was And Your Bird Can Sing, which got 97%. I don't think anything equaled that. So that was that was interesting to see what you'd probably think of I don't want to call it a lesser song because it's a fantastic song, but certainly one of the lesser known songs. Among the general public anyway. Yeah, Gerard, I mean, here we've just done that full album in 35 minutes. I don't think, does any song hit 3 minutes on Revolver? If it does, then there might just be one of them. Tomorrow Never Knows is the best song on the album, but this version lacks the crazy edge of the original, in your opinion. Fair enough. Quiz, which song was their longest to that date, including Revolver? I know what song I want to say, but I don't know whether it's the right answer. I'm going to have a guess, and this is a guess at You Won't See Me from Rubber Soul. Is that right? It's just a song that always seems to go on a bit longer than you think it's going to go on. So that's why I've gone with that one. But I could be, if you know the answer, Ricardo, let us know. Well, yeah, I mean, if they're going to do one a year, we could be another 6 or 7 years yet going through all these. I'm not planning to, because we did those last week. I want to concentrate on the sessions disc tonight. I may well do another one of these where we do the mono album and sessions disc 2. If that's, in fact, I'm going to take a straw poll amongst you now as to whether that's something that we might want to do for a future. So this is just me wanting to know on this poll, is that something that you would like me to do in a future video? And watch hardly anybody say yes and make me look like a right chump. We will see. But that's something, if you know, if there's a will for it, then I will happily do that in the future. Yeah, it's absolutely a great mix for And Your Bird Can Sing. I had a really interesting listen to a really sort of in-depth mono comparison last Friday night at a friend's house. He's got a really, really good system, hi-fi system, many thousands of pounds. And we did the mono Revolver from the 2014 box compared to this new one. and I didn't think there was too many differences before, but this really revealed them, and it was just, they were completely different to each other. I was really surprised. So interesting. 94% of you have said yes to another listening party of the mono album plus sessions disc 2. Okay, here's my promise to you now. I'll do that. I don't know when yet. I'll plan it in. I'll advertise it, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Let's get it on for that. That'll be fun. Okay. Was I right, Rick? I was right. Yeah, that was a guess, by the way. I didn't know that. It just seemed my gut instinct was telling me that that was right. Because Bonzo, let's get this. There's a time lag. What I say now, you won't see it until about 20 seconds after, but the poll comes through straight away. So I type the poll, hit send, you see it straight away, but the 20-second lag, you still haven't seen me telling you there's a poll. Yeah. Anyway, right. Are we going to crack on with this sessions disc? Are you all ready to go with sessions disc 1, which is 14 songs starting with Tomorrow Never Knows, take 1, the one that we were familiar with from Anthology 2. I don't know that I'm going to do a poll on every song on this one, but certainly I want to know your comments. I'd like to shut up a little bit more during the sessions and let your comments shine through more. So that's my hope for this, that I will remember to do. So anyway, I'm ready with the sessions disc. So I'm going to give you a 10-second countdown. But what I'll just remind you now is that we're going to, at the end of the first, I think it's the end of the first Love You 2. I'll double check that. I think we stopped for the vinyl people. Anyway, 10-second countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Tomorrow Never Knows, take 1. Okay. I'm just going to double check where you flip on the vinyl. One second. Side 1, 2. Right, okay, fine, we've got it. Amazing that this is the first thing that they did in the Revolver sessions. Cheers, George. Thank you very much for joining. I'll tell you what, let's have a poll actually for this. I'll do your poll. What do we think about this version? Kathy prefers it. Interesting. Very slow. It's all very plodding. Yeah, magical. It is very odd. I think it was meant to be very odd. What I find most incredible about this is it's pretty much bang on 3 years since Please Please Me album was recorded. 3 years. Amazing. I think they always made the right choice when they changed songs around. Probably likes it very much, I would have thought. Okay. Matt's not a fan. Matt's not a fan at all. Strange and eerie. No problem, Mike. You can see where we're at. We're on the Sessions disc 1. Just coming towards the end of the first track, Tomorrow Never Knows, if you want to join in. We didn't get that ending on Anthology 2, did we? Mono Mix 11 of Tomorrow Never Knows. Interesting. A few copies went out with this on before John had it recalled, so the story goes. Interesting ending. I think with a mono you need to crank it a bit more, so I'm going to crank it a little bit more. Yeah. Anyway, that poll before, 68% voted that a hit. Okay. It's a bit too loud, actually. It's better. Don't know. John seemed to prefer it. Excuse me. It's the main difference, but I think it just was a different mix, so there'll be some... I think this is a bit more trebly. Yeah. What have we got coming up next? Got to Get You Into My Life. I don't know. It would be interesting to compare them. Yeah, there's been a few sort of holy grail type things in this release, hasn't there? Yes, yes. Brilliant. Love that whole album. Now comes the main difference with the longer ending. I saw the Ruttles several times. This is... I love hearing things like this. Little poll coming for you soon. Okay, poll coming through. Just want to know what you think about this. This is up there. I need to have a good think about that one. Here we go. First version, take 5. It's amazing how Paul changed this song from this. Okay, let's end that previous poll. 95% like having chatter like that. Fair enough. Love those harmonies. Brilliant. So I wonder whether Paul listened to this and sort of realised it needs cranking up, it needs brass, or did he know at this point? Would love to know things like that. Yeah, it's track 3 on Sessions Disc 1, coming towards the last minute or so of it. As you can see up there. Yeah. And then they just ditched this part of the song completely. Yeah, as good as Paul McCartney. No, not tonight. Just a bit of orange squash. I'm not a raging alcoholic, despite how it might look sometimes. I like this end. John going silly. Right, here we go. Oh my God, I love this version. Absolutely love it. Okay, there's a poll coming up that should be through in a second. I want to know your opinion on this version of Got to Get You Into My Life. I think it's fantastic. What do you think? Your poll should be through by now. Those guitar stabs getting better from Sergeant Pepper. That's that guitar part. Yeah. Yes, yes, I like, yeah. There's that getting better guitar again. I agree. Yeah. Great guitar on this version as well. Did they know that the fuzz would get replaced by brass at this point? Don't know. Yeah. Yeah, agreed with that. Yeah, it's fantastic. Love it. Yeah, yeah, we were talking about that a few minutes ago, actually. Yeah. Okay, 92% of you agree that that is a great version of Got to Get You Into My Life. Well, yeah, exactly. And now it's another step nearer to the final version. Okay, I'm going to get you a poll about this one. Sounds amazing. Really love it. No, I don't think, no. Don't think they did. Yeah. Can hear that getting better guitar in the background again. Yeah. Oh, it is when my cameras aren't on. I assure you it is. Yeah, go for it. Mm, yeah, brilliant. And it's things like this where is the reason why I'm saying that this feels like the Sergeant Pepper version of the Beatles. You could imagine this from being been from a Pepper session. Well, I could anyway. You can just hear a little bit of Paul shouting in the background, but obviously no mic on him. It's like listening to an Oscar Peterson piano piece where you can hear Oscar in the background. Yeah. Okay. 80% of you like the instrumental version. I was hoping we might get a little higher than that, but never mind. Holy Grail. Granny Smith, take one. Let's just remind myself again. I've forgotten. Um, yeah, we've got another one after this before we flip. Did George know where this song was going at this point? Let's get you a poll for this. I don't think this had ever even been bootlegged, has it? Okay, your poll is through for this. I just want to know what you think to this demo. Not demo, take one. It's the same George, isn't it? I mean, he's just bashing away on that chord. I'd love to know what his vision was at this point for this song. I agree. I'd never picked that out before. Yeah. But was there a bootleg of this version? I'm not sure that there was. I could be wrong. 86% of you have voted that a hit. Okay, after this version of Love You Too, this second version, we're going to pause so that the vinyl people can flip. Pause after this instrumental version. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, fair enough. I'm not the closest follower of bootlegs, so I was just going by what I'd heard on that. George's just coming in singing there. Great hearing him work this out. Brilliant. George was certainly getting good at the sitar and quickly. Okay, remember to pause at the end of this for the vinyl flippers. What do you think? Ow! It's like Ringo with his blisters on his fingers, isn't it? But 2 years earlier. We've paused there for the people on vinyl who are going to be flipping their vinyl. And so we can all maybe synchronise up again when we start the second side of disc 1 of the sessions shortly. Okay, let's have a look at what comments have we got through on that. Bonzo, it's your first listening party and you are loving it. Good, thanks for bringing us all together. You are more than welcome. Thank you for being here. I enjoy doing this. It's a fun way to spend an evening because we don't always get a chance, do we, well, we might listen to music on our own and enjoy it on our own. I think there's a lot of people who don't get a chance to, I know we're not sat with other people physically, but to just experience it with other people. So I think it's a fun thing to do personally. So yeah, great to hear how far George come in such a short period of time on the sitar. Thank you, Tyrone. Glad you're enjoying it. There's 2 excellent versions on Yellow Dog bootlegs. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you, William. Thank you for joining us. Okay, are we all about ready for to continue with disc 1 of sessions, which continues with Love You Too. Take 7 is where we will go with this. So we've got about 7 more songs, I think. So I'm going to give you a 10-second countdown and we'll all start this together. Hopefully we'll be in sync. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's a reduction of take 6. Starting to come now, isn't it? Paul's high harmony. And so far, that's the main difference between this and the final version, isn't it? Eclipse. Cool. Don't think we had that here. Yeah, great from Paul. Lamb Dansack for me. This is very, very similar to the final version now, isn't it? We're almost there with it. Yeah. I mean, I think I could probably have done without this, with it being so close to the final version, in favour of something else. But yeah. It's a great song. Again, another underrated song, I think, is that. Could well be. I know it goes a little bit different at the end here, but maybe that's just because they'd faded it out on the final version. Obviously going a bit different by now. It's fun to have that ending as well, and Paul's harmonies. Paperback Writer, here we go. Here we go. I love how they've left the space for the harmonies there. Brilliant. They weren't messing around, were they? Again, it's good to do a bit of karaoke with this. Shame that broke down, but it's incredible that they went straight from that to the final backing track, albeit there was some overdubs that followed. Just trying to read what they're saying. Okay, it's just paperback. And this is it, take two, the final version. They never played it again. Well, I presume they didn't. Maybe they had a go at it. Yeah, amazing. Are you all singing along at home? I bet you are. Sorry, get a bit carried away. Wow, amazing. They still surprise us, don't they, 60 odd years later? Yes, yes, they did. Yeah. Was it a wise decision though? Don't know. Do it, do it. Yeah, we'll never know how much they rehearsed it, will we? Okay, there's your paperback writer. What are we on to next? Rain. This is slow down. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is the speed that Ringo's going at is just phenomenal. So Paul played along to a slowed down version of this with his bass. So this is Paul isn't playing bass here live. But it's just there were no outtakes. They just rattled it off. One take, done. So there weren't any. How crazy is that? It's just go on, Ringo. Noel should know better than that. Yeah. Just listen to that bass. It's yeah. Oops. I believe that to be the case, Alan. Yeah. No, can't be far off though. It's an amazing bass line. Even if Paul didn't actually play it this fast, it's still amazing. It is. It's very good. I I've spent more time with the book of this box set than any of the other Beatles box sets put together, to be honest. And this now just sounds so slow. It sounds too slow, but it's right, isn't it? Hopefully now with the time lag you've heard what I just said, hopefully. But I really enjoy the book. So this is, what's this? Take 5, slowed down for master tape. Yeah. But it's right, but it just sounds too slow, doesn't it, after what we've just heard? Yeah, so this will be the speed that Paul played the bass at, I would assume. Still an amazing bass line and amazing drumming. Oh heck. Hope it's all right. They were just on another level, weren't they? I've got a little poll for you. Polls through. Just want to know what you think of this. It's quite a bold claim that I've just put up here, so I can understand if it doesn't score highly, but I'd be interested to know. Some of those things that he's playing are just fantastic. Well, it was traumatic, I can imagine. I think this is this faster? Is this a little bit faster than the final version, do you think, of Dr. Robert? I'm not sure. Not much in it. Okay, I've ended that poll. No, it's not Paul's best baseline comprehensively. Okay. Just wondered. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Dum, 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 dum. Brilliant. Yeah, there's not much, but it feels a tad faster to me. Maybe it's coming off the back of rain that was slow. I don't know. I mean, this is 99% of the way to the final version, isn't it? Just to see. Okay. One of my favourite Beatles songs there. Well, we've only got a couple of songs left after this, folks. To the end of sessions disc 1. I'm glad we've done this. This has been different, but good. Cool. No one can succeed like Dr. Robert. Yeah, I think probably has for me as well, Chris. That bass. It's like a machine gun bass at the end. I'm the world's fastest typist. No, I'm just choosing them, and then I get rid of it like that. Then I bring it back again, and then I get rid of it. So yeah, I get it now why they wanted to change this. People saying it may be a bit too like the Birds. But what a version this is. It's incredible that they did this and thought, nah, we'll rip it apart and start again. And this is brilliant. C. I'm loving this song more than ever lately. Well, yeah, it does the job, doesn't it? I love that guitar that comes in there. Fantastic. Paul was on fire. Yeah. Who ironically only existed because of the Beatles. Oh, sort of goes round in circles. I think you can hear the bass better on this version. Brilliant. Well, that's the next song. The next song is the version from Anthology 2. The giggling. I remember when it was on at the end of Anthology on TV. Was it episode 4? I think. Was it the end of episode 4? And just incredible. Yeah, it's just, you can't fail to be happy listening to this. Okay, I've got a poll for you. I've got a poll for you. It's just, I just love it. So do I. I think the instrumentation on this is lower in the mix, isn't it? And I'm so glad that they did, but why? Why did they not just stop? They didn't know it was going to be an outtake on an album 50 years later. Why did they carry on? I'm so glad they did. Be awoken. When he says be awoken, he sounds like Chandler Bing. Clever. I see what you did there, Jay. Yeah. As I'm careful what I say, but Elvis just wasn't a patch on the Beatles in terms of a talent, was he? I'll be careful what I say. Can't go upsetting Elvis fans. Well, that's finished. Wow. I'm really glad that we did this sessions disc. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, they certainly did Beatle Destino. They just powered through, laughing all the way. And as I was saying during that song, why did they just carry on? Why did that tape not just stop at that point? You know, tape was an expensive thing. I don't understand it, but I'm just so glad that they did. So yeah, that was good. I haven't heard that Bonzo mainly because I just don't have a lot of bootlegs. Hopefully, if it's good, hopefully it's something that'll be in a rubber sole box next year. That would be good. So yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Let's take those out now. Take those out. Oh. Did you enjoy? I hope you enjoyed that as well. So that was interesting that I did that poll earlier on where I asked if you were interested in doing another listening party of the mono version and Sessions Disc 2. You all seem to be up for that, so we'll maybe get that booked in for, I don't know whether it'll be next week or the week after. Let's see how things go. But I'm certainly up for that, and I'll put messages out saying when that's going to happen. So I'd love it if you could join me for that as well. That would be good. So get any final comments or questions through, because I am going to be wrapping this up fairly soon, purely just because I've got to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow to get on a train, 5-hour train journey, and I just need an early night tonight basically to get ready for it. That's why this is earlier than normal, and why I'll be wrapping it up earlier than normal, just for my own. I'll feel the benefit tomorrow. That's why I'm doing this. So a friend of yours bought you the Revolver box set. It's your first vinyl box set, and it's the coolest thing ever. That's a great friend to have. Fantastic. Hey Bonzo, thank you very much for joining. I think, didn't you say that it was your first listening party? I think you said earlier. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you'll join me for more of them, because I do occasionally do these. Is that right? I'll have to listen closely. I didn't notice that. Well, maybe, yeah, okay. I'll have a listen to that. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, there was just a lot of people couldn't do last week, so we certainly enjoyed it last week, but I certainly wanted to do it again for those that couldn't join last week. Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, I just always laugh along with that particular version. Did you do that, Gerard? Why would you do that? Is there some clue in the lyric there that I'm missing? I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Okay, right, folks. I'm going to say thank you very much to everybody who's joined. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed it. I will get the mono one on soon with Sessions Disc 2. I'll let you know when it's going to be. But thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to head off now and think about what on earth it is that might be happening this week with an announcement that is coming. What might that be? Something big's happening this week, folks. Keep an eye out for it. I don't know exactly when, but it's happening. And on that bombshell, on that teaser,